The first step to a better life starts here. Sunday Lifestyle on 96.5 Inner FM.
13 to midday, Pat Panetta here. Time to talk property with the Director of Master Advocates, Mark Errichiello, buying and selling agent and property expert. You can find him at masteradvocates.com.au and you can find him right here now. He joins me on Sunday Lifestyle. G'day, Mark.
Hey, Pat. Thanks so much for having me. How you going?
My pleasure. Going well, mate. The first and most important question is, how's your German Shepherd Strudel going at her puppy classes? She's a big big puppy. I mean, the German Shepherds are big dogs, and I know you had to take her to another edition of the puppy school this morning. How's she going?
She's doing well, thanks, mate. Yeah, no, she's 11 months old now, so puppy school is a bit late to start this year with the lockdowns, but she's on her fourth lesson, doing pretty well. It's the German Shepherd dog club in Victoria.
All right, and they're clever dogs, the German Shepherd, but as puppies, they're all a bit, not dumb, but they're sort of very easily distracted as puppies. So what did you learn today? What did Strudel do today? Sit, roll over.
Yeah, sit, recall, stay. It's pretty much just the repetition, getting them to, I guess, tune in with us and learn our repetition and what we like. Yeah.
All right, I just thought I'd cover.
They're very intelligent dogs.
We normally do a dog. We've done a lot of dog stuff with Laura V, who I think you might know, Laura V, on the program. So anyway, we've covered that off. Now, there's a lot of activity, Mark. Now with up to 50 people now allowed on site for outdoor auctions. A bit of activity. 886 homes went under the hammer this weekend. So it's all happening in your world, Mark.
It is. No, it's been, look, out of these lockdowns, the last month has been consistent demand, more auctions, probably less than what we usually get in past years at this time of year. There's somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 each week, but a lot of private sales too, and clearance rates are consistent. 80% is a good, healthy clearance rate this week. That was recorded by REIV, and auctions and the actual results will be more defined and updated by Wednesday too. But the initial results recorded last night were 80% clearance. So it's a good amount, some great results out there. The properties are selling consistently. Only a few passed in, but across the board, most are selling and at expectation or above expectation with reserve prices.
And we'll have a chat about the changes in tax and levies and stamp duty as well. But just looking at this from the paper today, a buyer who turned up on the day to a Balwyn North auction beat 5 other bidders for this 4-bedroom house at 7 Ursa Street, sold for $80,000 above the reserve at $1.62 million. The developer hadn't even stepped foot inside the property, but it didn't stop him from placing the winning bid. He drove the sales past its asking range of 1.4 to 1.5 million. Do you get people who don't even see the property sometimes and they buy it? I guess it's developers and those sorts of people who just see it on paper and go, bang, I want it. I'm going to pay lots of money for it.
Yeah, well, look, it depends on their intention as well for the site and the use of the site too. But, vendors I'm finding more recently have had fairly realistic reserve prices, or most of them have. So getting 80 to 100,000 or 150,000 above reserve, they're leaving it up to the market. Less stock available or less property listings available too. There's a bit of healthy competition, but it's a little bit. I guess less likely those type of stories, I guess, make the news now, because most people will inspect the property if they're intending to keep it for investment or occupy the property themselves as well.
Now, the changes in stamp duty and the money that's floating around from the state and federal government, it's doing its job, isn't it? It's really spiking the market and helping people out. And, that's what they want to do with this pandemic. They want to get that engine going, and it seems to be doing the job. What's the changes, Mark, that you can tell our listeners about?
The state government in Victoria and state revenue offices, it's published on their website as well. So up until June next year, the opportunity is that if you're paying no more than $1 million, so up to $1 million on a brand new property in Victoria, it's 50% off stamp duty, which is a huge saving. I haven't seen that in the span of my 20-year career, and I don't think we've ever seen that before. Now, if it's an established home, whether you're buying it to invest or occupy, it's a 25% off. So it's for, an existing home that you're walking into, it's 25% off stamp duty. First home buyers still don't pay any stamp duty up to $600,000. That's been in place for a while, and staggered savings for first home buyers up to $750,000 in stamp duty. So, that combined with very low interest rates, lowest on record, some people securing interest rates as low as 2%. These are these, you're right, it's kick-starting or keeping the engine ignited really for the property market, which is our biggest asset class in Australia.
Yes. Now we spoke. Well, that's right. And as we say, it's they're doing a good job, and it seems to keep things propped up. And we touched on this last time. So yes, everything looks okay. Projecting forward, and I can see in the paper today talking about the thousands of Aussies who deferred their mortgage payment. There's JobKeeper, there's JobSeeker. So is there concern projecting forward that there will be that cliff, and maybe that talk about the market sort of dipping might be somewhere in the coming months, Mark?
Yeah, look, there's that discussion. Even with our clients, there's always that discussion. But I think if you're looking to buy and hold property long term, there possibly could be a dip. But we've got a strong economy. Long term property is always valued, highly regarded by Australians to build a portfolio and hold on secure property. Even for lifestyle, you're seeing more and more people go into tree change locations in regional towns, sea change as well by the bay, and days on market there are phenomenal at the moment. You're seeing properties sell within 7 to 20, no more than 30 days. So I think there could be that issue where, once the JobKeeper and JobSeeker subsidies end, or banks, I think banks are more likely, talking with even the brokers and major bank managers that we speak to, I think they're more likely to work with people as those incentives stop out, as they can, they come out of the hibernation of loans. They'll work with people to see who can hold on, who may need to work to sell their home and adjust.
Yep.
But right now, economy's opening up, people are out, it's near Christmas time, market's doing pretty well. By March, I think if we keep on this projection and likely to see some improvement, that the economy can just keep going without another lockdown.
Yep.
I don't think it'll be as scary as we think.
I tend to agree with you. That's right. I mean, we've got it right from this sort of perspective up until now. They're not going to just sort of walk away, and that cliff is such a dramatic sort of image in our minds. I think banks will work with. I mean, banks aren't. I mean, they're a business, and they're not great to work with. But banks will work with their clients, and the government will keep an eye on it all, and will work through it without hitting the wall. And so far so good, Mark Errichiello.
And better than expected since the start of the year. Most suburbs held quite well. Some even got better growth, even if it was 1 or 5%, but much better than expected considering what the outlook was in March.
And you mentioned about the people making a tree change and all that sort of stuff, and you can work from home now, so people are leaving the city. ABS migration data for the June 2020 quarter showed Melbourne had a net loss of 8,000 people from the internal migration, the largest quarterly net loss on record. So there's some stats out saying that, yes, people are leaving Melbourne for the regions. Are people just hitting the panic button too soon and leaving? I mean, hang on there. I mean, Melbourne's a great place to be in the last few weeks. It's been rocking.
It's been fantastic. Yeah, no, it's been fantastic, and we've had pretty good weather as well. I think there's a combination. Some are just leaving as well. They make some, impulsive decisions, but others are, logistically, our infrastructure is fantastic in the regional towns and even from most of the Bayside towns. Being able to work from home a few days a week and not need to go back into an office permanently, people are making long-term decisions with that lifestyle as well. And once migration opens up again, Melbourne's always a hot place for domestic relocation and foreign migration as well. We usually hit year on year. In a normal year, 80,000 net migration growth. It's probably going to have an extra boom with all the expats. The last article I was keeping on top of was over 32,000 expats wanting to come back as well. So
That's right,
there's high
yeah.
demand there when the borders open.
They've all got to come back, that's right, after being stranded overseas and all that sort of stuff. Well, look after that German Shepherd strudel. Has the Christmas decorations, you've got little kids at your place, I'm sure there's... Oh, you've got one of those special backgrounds on your Zoom where I've got sort of like an image
it's my
behind
virtual
you.
office background.
What are you hiding? The Sunday morning mayhem at your
my
house?
daughter's toys everywhere, and the German Shepherd's got her Christmas toys out already. But yeah, we put them up in November. We put them up a little bit early just to put a bit of cheer in the house too, so the kids love it.
Yep, beautiful. Well, enjoy that, mate. I guess we'll catch up before Christmas. But enjoy your Sunday, and thank you for the property update on the program. Well done.
You too, mate. Thanks so much. Have a great Christmas, everyone.
No worries. There he is, Director of Master Advocates, Mark Errichiello, buying and selling agent, property expert from masteradvocates.com.au. Thank you, Mark. It's always a pleasure to have him on the program on a Sunday here at 96.5 Inner FM.